The Grand Mafia has numerous ads out there I'm sure you've seen over the years. They usually feature a low-level crook who's getting made fun of by a pretty high-level hitman. And in this one, he stumbles upon a Grand Mafia boss who, for some odd reason, decided the perfect place to ask for help would be just underneath a wanted sign with her face on it. There's a $50,000 reward to turn you in. Dude, what are you doing there, of all places? Now, you have a decision to make in this moment. Rat her out and collect that cold hard cash, or help her and start building your name in the organized crime arena. Now, there's even one of these ads that show the same low-level crook helping another mafia boss who is actually featured in the game. Yeah, that's John Vitale, the main protag you take control of in the Grand Mafia. Now, Rebecca Caputo, daughter to Don Caputo, enlists you to take out the stilettos in some real, Godfather 3 type story arc stuff. So expect some sniping action and the occasional enlistment of street gangs and goons to handle your dirty work. Now, putting all that mafia lore aside, at its core, the Grand Mafia is just another, say it with me, base building game. Yes, and unfortunately, you'll be spending more time looking at this screen building and fortifying your base than in any of the marginally interesting mini games. Now, this game, much like all the others I've discussed, are a far cry away from any of the commercials. And it's a real shame because I was really looking forward to playing something akin to 2K Games Mafia series, but in mobile form. I mean, that's not what I got here, and that's not what this is. I went into this expecting to get a large plate of gabagool, only to come out looking like a gaba fool.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's just move on past that terrible joke and talk about the lessons we've learned. This day and age we're living in regards to mobile games is filled with more lies than truths. Like, some of these mobile game companies have decidedly made misleading ads to lure in a player base only to deliver something vastly different than what was advertised. And the reason some of these adverts don't feature actual gameplay is because the companies know that its base gameplay mechanics likely aren't that intriguing to lure in massive players. If Age of Apes, Grand Mafia, Puzzles and Survival had advertised its core gameplay mechanic being simply a base builder, well, it might not have lured in as many players as they have with their sometimes over-the-top, oftentimes lewd and misleading adverts. I mean, that's how they tricked me, and it's a real shame. But what's even more shameful is that some of these companies that shovel these misleading ads down our throats have the funds to potentially make the fake gameplay we see in the ads a reality. Nexters, the company behind the Hero Wars franchise, have generated 190 million downloads and $2 billion in bookings since the game hit the market in 2016. Now, the franchise has grown exponentially since then, but the sentiment amongst some is not the best. Looking at comments on a Hero Wars ad posted on YouTube usually yields comments like, "Are there any games like this? I'm confused why they won't just make a game actually like that. It would get way more downloads. The game itself is rubbish. Nothing like the ads." Now, there's many more of these comments you'll find, not just on YouTube on Hero Wars adverts, but also in your mobile app's app store in the reviews section. Now, companies such as this doesn't just make millions from misleading the masses. Believe it or not, there are, in fact, some folks out there that truly do enjoy these types of games, even if their advertising isn't a good representation of its actual gameplay. I consider them people that were just suckered in like the rest of us. It shouldn't be hard, though, to just show us what the hell we'll be getting ourselves into. In fact, if you think about it, in the long run, these companies in the mobile gaming business might see more success in showing us exactly what we'd be getting. Like Angry Birds gave us exactly what we expected in its ads and commercials, exactly what they advertise in gameplay, in the ads, and that's a massively successful franchise, leading to massively successful film adaptations. Arknights is a little free-to-play tactical RPG tower defense mobile game that came out back in 2019. And the ad, I still remember the ad I initially got for that game that put it on my radar showcased actual gameplay footage, believe it or not, which won me over because it did a good job of showcasing things like deployment and approaching paths. And Arknights is another success with a Crunchyroll anime that expands on the universe seen in the gacha game. Ain't nothing gotcha about that, but I am so glad I got your attention for this topic because it's something I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time and put a spotlight on the insidious world of fake mobile game ads, which is actually a great title for a video. In fact, you should definitely go check out H2's video on this topic if you haven't already. They do a great deep dive on this topic that's really informative. But yeah, I really hope, you enjoyed this video, and please let me know, what you think of this format. Share your thoughts below if you liked it, if you hated it, if you wish you didn't know any of this and can go back to the rock you might have been living under, unaware of these types of mobile game ads. But let's be honest with ourselves, though. We've all gotten these types of ads at least once or twice scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube. If you want to see more musings such as this, you can go check me out on my personal channel where I'm a lot more unhinged within reason.
Yeah, baby.
That was a hot mic.